I used to think that if I just worked hard enough, the money would come. It didn't. For years, I believed the formula was simple. Study hard. Get a stable job. Be responsible. Save money. And slowly, life would become easier. But something strange started happening. Even people with decent jobs began feeling stressed all the time. Rent went up. Food got more expensive. Houses felt impossible to buy. And suddenly, being normal no longer felt safe. That's the scary part nobody talks about. Today, being average is becoming expensive. Not poor. Not lazy. Just average. And if you feel like life is somehow getting harder even though you're doing everything right, you're not imagining it. The rules have changed. Quietly. Slowly. But completely. A few decades ago, an average life was enough. One salary could support a family. A normal apartment was affordable. You didn't need to be exceptional to live comfortably. But now, average income often means financial pressure. Many people are working full-time and still worrying every month. Why is this happening? Part of the reason is competition. Today, you are not only competing with people in your city. You are competing with people from around the world. Technology made that possible. A company in London can hire someone in Poland, India, or Brazil. A designer in one country competes with thousands of designers online. The internet created amazing opportunities, but it also increased pressure. Another reason is that the world rewards special skills more than ever before. Average skills are easier to replace. Machines can replace some jobs. Artificial intelligence can replace others. And companies always search for cheaper and faster options. So the middle is shrinking. The gap between doing okay and struggling is becoming smaller every year. And honestly, this affects more people than we think. I remember talking to a friend who works in marketing. 10 years ago, his job felt secure. He had one set of skills, one company, and a clear career path. But recently, he told me something interesting. He said, "Now I feel like I need to learn every 6 months just to stay in the same place." That sentence stayed with me. Because that's exactly what modern life feels like for many people. Standing still is becoming expensive. The first big insight is this: the world now rewards adaptability more than loyalty. In the past, staying at one company for 20 years was respected. Today, the people who grow fastest are often the ones who learn fast and change fast. They update their skills. They try new things. They stay curious. Think about taxi drivers when ride-sharing apps appeared. Or traditional shops when online shopping exploded. Many industries changed very quickly. The people who adapted survived. The people who refused often struggled. And this doesn't only apply to work. Even small things matter now. Knowing how to use technology saves time. Understanding basic investing helps protect your money. Learning communication skills can create opportunities that degrees alone cannot. Average effort is no longer enough because the system itself moves faster. The second insight is about comfort. Comfort can quietly become dangerous. There's a strange trap in modern life. If things are good enough, people stop improving. They stop learning. They stop taking risks. And at first, this feels safe. But later, the cost appears. I know someone who worked the same office job for 15 years. He hated it, but he stayed because it felt stable. Then the company reduced staff. Suddenly, he had outdated skills and no confidence. Starting again became very difficult. Meanwhile, another person spent evenings learning digital skills online. Nothing dramatic. Just 1 hour a day. After 2 years, she started freelance work on the side. Then she changed careers completely. Today, she earns more and has more freedom. The difference was not intelligence. It was momentum. One person stayed comfortable. The other kept growing. And growth today is almost like a form of protection. Not because you must become rich or famous, but because the world changes too quickly to stay frozen. The third insight is probably the most important. You do not need to become extraordinary at everything. But you do need something valuable that is difficult to replace. That could be creativity, communication, technical knowledge, leadership, problem solving. Maybe you are great with people. Maybe you explain difficult ideas clearly. Maybe you can build things, organize teams, or create trust. The people doing well today are often not geniuses. They simply developed skills that create value. And value matters more than effort alone. This can feel unfair sometimes. Two people may work equally hard, but one earns much more because their skills are more useful in today's economy. Effort still matters, of course. But effort without direction can lead nowhere. Imagine two people digging holes all day. They both work hard. But one person is digging for gold, and the other is digging randomly in a field. The energy is the same. The result is different. That's why choosing what you learn is becoming more important than simply working longer hours. Now, hearing all this can feel stressful. You may think, great. So now I have to become some super successful person just to survive. No. That's not the point. The point is awareness. You do not need to transform your entire life tomorrow. You just need to stop believing that staying exactly the same is always safe. A practical thing you can do is this: build one skill that increases your value over time. Just one. Maybe improve your English. Maybe learn sales. Maybe study coding, design, writing, public speaking, or financial skills. Spend 30 minutes a day consistently. Not perfectly. Consistently. Because small skills compound over time, just like money does. 1 hour today feels small. But 1 hour every day for 2 years can completely change your opportunities. Most people underestimate how powerful slow improvement becomes. And honestly, the goal is not only more money. It's freedom. Freedom to change jobs without panic. Freedom to handle emergencies. Freedom to say no to terrible situations. Freedom to build a life that feels more stable in an unstable world. That kind of freedom is becoming one of the most valuable things you can have. The good news is that you still have time. Most people are asleep. They keep waiting for life to become easier again. But the people who quietly adapt now will probably suffer less later. You don't need to be the best in the world. You just can't afford to stay completely average forever. And maybe that sounds harsh. But it can also be exciting. Because once you realize the rules changed, you can start playing the game differently.